on second.
Could I shut this? I'd like to shut this down.
LaSalle, Arizona.
First of all, do you mind if I just get a little oriented?
Sure.
Do you mind? Because everything we're doing the last couple, since we've been back,
I've got interpreters on the hook.
just,
Trying to get this
I just need a minute. I need a minute. I haven't, Eric, what kind of docket is this?
Your Honor, we've got the new arrest, obviously, like the regular first appearance docket.
Okay,
And then we've got some second looks, which are just bond reviews.
okay.
And then there's one case up for a motion to release, just to let you know if we filed or didn't file on information.
Say it one more time. No information?
No, just to let you know if the state did or did not file an information,
Okay.
and that's it.
And this is typically the nature of this 2 o'clock,
That's
2
the
PM
That's the PM
docket?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Basically, a mirror of the morning docket?
That
Is
plus.
it, does it mirror the morning docket?
Yes,
basically?
just,
Just like what we always do?
yeah, the only difference is we don't have DV cases in the afternoon,
Right.
and we have.
Excuse me, I can't hear, counsel. Can you, who's that? I know, I can't hear. I'm so sorry. Could you speak a little bit lower? I can't hear. It's okay. I know she's doing her job, but I can't hear. Thanks.
Yes, it's identical except for the addition of the second look hearings and the motions to release.
Got it. Okay. Counsel, what did you want to talk to me about? And what is your name?
Your Honor, on the second look misdemeanor docket, LaSalle, Arizona, speaks Farsi. He's also potentially a mental health concern.
Okay.
He's in for.
I'm prepared to do that ahead if that's what you're asking me.
Sorry?
Were you wanting me to take him first?
No, ma'am.
Oh, never mind.
We're having a problem. The interpreters are refusing to send an interpreter. They want the interpreter to appear by phone.
Could the interpreter, oh. They refused to send the interpreter.
They're saying that they're not going to be admitted, so they're not even going to try.
Oh, okay, because I'm not really clear exactly on the protocol, so you have to forgive me and give me a little bit of latitude, because I'm not really sure who's getting where and what's happening in terms of the.
This one by ear.
Yeah, okay, good, we're all flying the same jet.
I mean, it might not help us in this situation, but I was advised last Friday when the
Yeah.
protocols went in place
Yeah,
that the public, like, when it comes to first appearance, people would be let into the courthouse.
Madam, were you trying to tell me something? Okay. You know, I think that the issue is this. Is he at North Broward?
He is, Your Honor.
Okay. You have a significant concern with regards to his mental health condition, correct?
We do, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you know the nature of the offense?
It's trespassing and lodging in public.
Could I make a suggestion?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Could I just divert him to a local hospital? Could I just divert him and let's jump over the conflict with regards to the access to the interpreter? Because if in fact I trust what you're saying and I have confidence in what you're saying and I'm prepared, to proceed to divert him, and that way, the issue of I'll make sure that my judicial assistant contacts, I'm assuming it's going to be 19th Street, because I'm guessing there may not be benefits, or an overflow hospital. So I'll just let them know that he speaks Farsi.
So, all of that sounds wonderful, Your Honor, exactly where we want to go. However,
How, he doesn't speak English at all?
I was unable to speak with,
But I think that, how old is this person?
that I,
Can we look at the
Your Honor,
PC?
I can't tell you while I'm looking this up. He was advised at his first appearance, because we had a Farsi interpreter, that Judge Cawthon ordered to have a mental health evaluation
Could
done.
I just comment?
Of course.
I've been doing this work a very long time. Very long time.
there what?
I've been doing this work a very long time.
Yes, ma'am.
And my presumption is everything you say sounds appropriate, obviously, but erring on the side of if somebody's not able to understand him, and why I was asking a little bit about his background, you know, how old he is, does he reside here?
Your Honor.
That maybe the communication gap, even with an interpreter, isn't gonna be helpful. It's not necessarily gonna be constructive if in fact he's fluidly ill. So if he's fluidly ill, let's get him to a hospital. Because I don't really want to keep him in a jail, particularly under these kinds of public health conditions. I mean, he wants a good life, but I don't want him contracting something. I think that risk is paramount to all other considerations right now, if you don't mind me saying.
Your Honor, and I can tell you two things. One, he's 40. Two, I'm looking at my notes. We transferred this case to your division, so it's your call.
Okay, yeah,
No order in August.
I understand, but if it was ordered,
it's
that's what the
fine. My
clerk said.
division is under suspension, which is one reason why I'm so happy to come here to be able to help Judge Cawthon and also kind of do a dual role, since we have that gap in what I perceive as an essential service of diversion, particularly because of the risks in the jail, given the coronavirus problems. So let's just all work together, and I'll go ahead and issue the order.
The issue, order for what? What are we doing? To you?
No, I'm gonna do an emergency, I brought with me emergency transportation orders. And this is the same order I would use if I was in mental health court. It's not a commitment. It's simply a request to transport for an independent evaluation to see whether or not he meets criteria. I don't know if you're familiar? Yeah, I don't have any authority to do anything other than that. Move somebody out of what could be more of an inappropriate environment to more of a therapeutic, clinical, mental health environment. Let's,
So the issue of him knowing what's happening on the school.
well, obviously, when, you know, if he, again, I don't mean to be repetitive. I don't remember having a Farsi interpreter in my courtroom. If it's an issue of language, we'll deal with it. They'll just have to, you know, do the best they can. If they can call in and tell him, you know, what's happening, that's fine too. If they can't get in, if he can't get access, I don't know what other alternatives we have, and wait till he gets to a placement.
Just to let you know, Your Honor, I just checked Odyssey again. It's been transferred to division because they changed the status conferences that were supposed to be yesterday and today to April 13th and April 14th.
Understood, because of the
Yeah,
court's
no, I understand
suspension.
why. Just letting you
Yeah.
know that clearly there was
Okay.
some type of.
I say let's do
transfer
first things, let's just do first things first. Let's consider personal safety ahead of everything right now. Personal safety right now, I think, is probably the best we're gonna be able to do, since he can't get access unless somebody can talk to him. I'm guessing he probably understands some English, I don't know, but I'm just guessing that. Unless he just got off a plane on a trip, which I don't think that happened. Because by the way, I didn't have an opportunity before I came to read the affidavit, so if you can give me 1 second. Do you see his affidavit? I don't see it. What is his name?
It won't be with that, it won't be with those, Your Honor.
Oh,
I
where
can
would it
print you
be?
out a copy.
Oh, can you? I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
I have no idea. I'm telling you right now, the way it was explained to me is that anybody that shows up at the courthouse, if they have a legitimate business with a case that's up for first appearance, they are to be let in.
I think what we can do is I could, you know, at least use this as you know, an example of what to expect in the future and let it, and contact Judge Tudor and let him check it out.
I mean, you know, obviously, because we had one this morning, so the Spanish interpreter was let in the building.
Yes, sir.
If we're talking about what time of day they were let in.
Personnel, any court personnel who would be coming to magistrate court would be allowed in. And if there's any question that happens, I'd like to know.
Do you want to, can you do that? Is that what you were trying to tell me? That would have been helpful. I'm just trying to get my bearings. Thank you. I think that's a great idea. Thank you so much. Let's take a look and see if I recognize him.
No, I mean,
Out of Hollywood.
with the same amount of cash, and, I guess they gave it back to them.
Looks like, if you, counsel, sir, do you have a copy of the affidavit?
From Mr.
The arrest affidavit?
I read that.
Okay, if you, thank you. If you go to page 2, and you go down to the second paragraph, you'll see that it looks like he's a recent discharge from Memorial Hospital because he was wearing a hospital band. So I'm guessing that he's homeless and they didn't have a discharge plan, and this became his inappropriate discharge plan, for lack of a better word, if you don't mind me saying.
Your Honor, just to let you know, and I spoke about this with Mr. Miller, I don't really have any of the details other than what was reported in the local media, but apparently there was a similar trespass at around Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach in February. And
This person?
the same individual, yes.
What happened to that case?
Again,
Can,
I can try to look it up in my system.
I mean,
Your
was
Honor.
there a charge?
I'll look it up in CCIS, Judge.
The email thread with the interpreters,
Okay, I didn't see that.
I don't know your email address, so I didn't.
No, I'm just, did you just do that?
I've been doing it since noon.
Okay, I have not seen any emails with regards to this.
J. Capiello?
Yes,
So
but I'm just letting you know I didn't see any.
Right,
Okay. We've been working, we've got some infrastructure work that we've been doing to try to realign to this emergency so that we can deal with our people. We've got a lot of people in hospitals, and we want to kind of get ourselves in alignment to make sure that we could respond to everything. So we were kind of doing some work, so maybe we were distracted. I apologize.
See, this is really.
Okay, so do we have an interpreter? Were you gonna call?
You don't have a name for me to call.
I'm sorry?
Council doesn't have a name for me to call, but they should be able to speak to you.
Right, but I mean, if, or are you would you be calling Rakalia, or who would you be calling?
I would call our personnel at the front to ensure that these persons are doing this, but I just don't know who they are yet.
I'm gonna call Rakalia if you don't mind. Hey, how are you? I'm good. We have a situation, I really didn't even, I didn't start, yet. We have a situation in the misdemeanor court where there is an interpreter that was retained for a defendant by the name of Yari Zola Masad, Masoud, on a trespass, and that the jail wasn't giving the interpreter access. Are you able to check the case just to see if there's any other holds? Yes. Yarizoleh, Masad, Masoud, last name's first. I can give you the case number if you need it. Sure. I have HW 2000404. I was told that they weren't letting the interpreter in. I guess he's at North Broward.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I'm just wondering if there's any other holds.
See, now I'm getting, now I'll be able to find out what happened in Palm Beach. Oh, I know, but I should
Okay.
check it out.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you. Okay, so, do you want to, continue going, or what would you like me to do at this point? Wait to see if we can get the interpreter, and we'll pass?
So I spoke with the deputy, he said he does
Let me-
speak some English, and he's going to try to get this in the interpreter.
I have some
Well, my preference, could I just clarify something? My preference is if we can get the interpreter in the building, into North Broward, that, I would like to magistrate him.
Your Honor, if I could just make a quick call, because we had a similar situation yesterday involving a detective that wanted to come into the courtroom, and I spoke to Ms. Murphy, and she reached out to someone with BSO to clarify it, so if, I don't know if maybe I could reach out to her to see if she could reach out to the same. Yeah.
Here?
Interpreter's trying to get here, Your Honor.
Oh, here, okay, into this building, okay. Okay, so is he en route? Could,
They'll tell you that what I've been told.
Because he's got,
okay, well, that sounds doable.
when they arrested him, he had
I wasn't gonna roll him, I was just gonna pass.
And, Your Honor, when you're ready, you would ask me to look to see what had happened with this case out of Palm Beach?
Oh, yeah, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, no. Your Honor, he was arrested late January on carrying a concealed weapon. It looks like initially he was gonna go into pretrial diversion, but the case ended up getting null prossed a few days later on February 3rd,
Thank you.
of course.
I might as well just take a minute and read these. On Alexander Rosario, Madam Clerk, do you have, driver records, or do you have a plat for that? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, appreciate it.
He still had $19,000. Well, here, look. No problem. See, look, when they arrested him, he was carrying two weapons. Looks like he took $10,000.
Alrighty. I'm ready to proceed. I can't really see anybody, so is Shane DaCosta there? Is there anybody in that courtroom?
Judge, because of the situation, the public defender that would normally be in the main jail is sitting next to me.
Oh, is that you?
That's why I was on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that. It's like, okay, understood. Understood.
Thank you.
So what, you're looking at the same screen I'm looking at?
Yes, but I get the.
Okay, very good. And then if you need to talk confidentially, you'll just ask me to do what?
I've already spoken to most of them.
Okay.
It's just making arguments on behalf and keeping here.
Got it, got it. Good afternoon, Mr. Costa. How are you? How you doing?
I'm good.
Great.
I'm good.
Mr. Costa, first of all, this is a rather limited type of hearing. It's basically for two things. It's for the court to determine whether or not there's probable cause, also to set a bond. And so I just want to let you know, I am not going to be your judge. I'm here again, just serving in this rather limited first appearance court hearing. Understood?
Yeah, I understand.
And just for the record, Mr. Costa and counsel, I understand through staff that Mr. Costa's bond has been posted. So you will be able to bond out very shortly. I'm simply going to order no return, absolutely no return to that location. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Thank you. Now, you also understand, Madam? You also understand that, we're under emergency conditions here, correct? In
Yeah.
the circuit, and that our regular court operations have been suspended. So please, take it upon yourself to make sure that you keep up with and follow the progression of this case, correct?
Right.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. That's
Thank
it.
you.
You're very welcome. Next, I have Carolina Rodriguez. It's like, good
Yes,
afternoon.
Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Rodriguez. So first of all, did you have the opportunity, can you hear okay where you're sitting?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, excellent. So first of all, the same dynamic that you have been arrested basically for the allegations of trespass on a construction site. I did find probable cause, but I also understand that your bond has been posted as well. So you will be released shortly, and again, no return to that location, correct? And please, go ahead.
My car is parked like next to the location. So would I
Don't
be
go
able to-
back there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Gonna have to make some other provision.
And Your Honor, she can contact local law enforcement in Pompano Beach, advise them, and they maybe.
That's a good suggestion. That's a good suggestion. And again, it is so important for you to take responsibility and follow your case, correct? By going
Sure.
online, by checking with the clerk's office, by calling the public defender's office. But make sure you do, because we're really under, some very extraordinary conditions here, correct? Thank
Yes,
you. Thank you so much. You're all set. Next, I have Rosario Alexander.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Could I have just 1 second? It's so loud in that chair. Can you approach? I think that might be better. I couldn't hear. I'm so sorry. to appear, I really don't understand the conflict. I'm really gonna have to, make inquiry through the chief judge. I don't have any other means to. I'll leave it, I will defer to you. Whatever you want me to do, if you want me to reset it tomorrow, if you want me to go ahead and do the order, whatever you like to transport, whatever you want. Then I shall do it.
Because no one gets well in stuff.
Not now.
I would like to try to have it
Sure, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Could I do the next case? Okay. Mr. Rosario, how are you, sir?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
Oh, pretty good. Hanging in there, right?
Yes,
Challenging times. And first of all, you did have the opportunity to understand the nature of these proceedings. This is a probable cause hearing and a determination of bond. And you have been arrested on one count of providing false information to a law enforcement officer, one count of driving on a habitual offender driver's license, not having a proper registration tag assigned. And there's also some kind of out-of-county, it looks like a civil purge hold. And that looks like that is set at $1,000. Oh, child support. And just for the record, I did find probable cause on all counts. Bond is set currently at $750. Are you able to make any bond?
I have to get on the phone to see if my wife was able to talk to my brother, see if he's gonna put my bond up.
Okay, and do you have a reason, you don't know, or?
It's all on him. If he's gonna do it for me or now, he's gonna just make me sit. Yeah, I can't answer that right now.
Well,
I gotta make a call.
could I ask you an alternative question?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any bond that you could make yourself without having to rely on a third party?
Not at the moment. It's either my mom or my brother right now.
Uh-huh.
So I
And
just got to get on the phone with them to see if they're gonna go together to put that bond for me.
okay. The question I have about the bodily attachment,
Yes, Judge.
even if he was ROR'd, is he gonna go to Miami-Dade?
It would be up to them. Either he would get released from the jail if they don't want to pick him up, or Dave would pick him up. One of the two.
One of the two.
If Your Honor's inclined to ROR, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I really
It's fine.
would like not, wherever I can divert, I'd like to.
Given the circumstances, I understand.
Thank you, I appreciate that very much. We don't know, I think you might have heard me say that there's a $1,000 purge amount
Yes,
for
ma'am.
child support out of Miami-Dade. We
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
know, are they gonna make you wait to pick you up, or they're gonna release you without that? But if there is any monies that could be posted, that's the money where you want to post the money so you could get out of jail, because I'm going to release you on your own
Okay.
recognizance. So do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
What am I saying? Tell me.
That I gotta pay towards the child support, right?
Right. If that, yes, and that's out of
Okay.
Miami-Dade, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
good, you got it. Just don't
I just gotta make a phone call, see what's going on.
Okay, because I'm going to ROR you from Broward.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. God bless.
Good, and don't drive.
Not no more.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Your Honor,
Yes,
I have the Farsi interpreter on the phone.
okay,
If we could go to North Broward, they're expecting us.
yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Dr. Smith, can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay. Let me,
Hello, sir, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Great. How are you feeling today?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. We have an interpreter that should be coming on very shortly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I am here.
Excellent. And I know I can't see you, just for the record, and I want to apologize on behalf of the entire system that, we're under very unusual conditions. I'm sure you are aware. And I think we're just trying to get into alignment with all these protocols. And so I just wanted to say I'm very sorry for any inconvenience that you may have experienced.
Yes.
So if you would be so kind, if you would let me know when your right hand is raised, I will go ahead and swear you in.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret from English to Farsi, Farsi to English, pursuant to a proper and correct rendering from this court to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you. And so first of all, just going back to this kind of proceeding, Mr. Massoud, this particular hearing is a very limited hearing, and it's to determine probable cause and to determine a bond. You could interpret that, madam.
Do you want me to explain that? Do you want me to translate that?
Yes, isn't that's the purpose of your service.
Okay. Okay. آقای مسعود شما اونجا هستید؟ صدای من میشنوید؟
بله بله سلام.
سلام عرض میکنم. من میخوام به قاضی میخوام که به شما بگن که الان یه موقعیت استثنایی هست و دارن سعی میکنن با کوتاه‌ترین مدت ما رو کمک کنن از این مشکلی که داریم.
کمک کنن چی کار کنن؟
شما فقط گوش بدین به سوالایی که از شما میکنن، من براتون ترجمه میکنم.
باش.
Thank you.
Okay.
And thank you. And Mr. Massoud, first of all, you have been arrested on 2 counts. The first count is for trespass. The allegations that you were sleeping, trespassing rather, in a park, in a city park, and the second is basically similar, and that is that you are lodging in open space. Those are the 2 counts of the arrest.
شما آقای مسعود شما روز اینجا هستین به خاطر 2 تا تکلفی که میگن ممکنه شما انجام داده باشین که هر دوی اونها در رابطه با شما در پارک که محل عمومی هست شب مونده بودین و احتمالا خوابیده بودین.
And just for the record, I did find probable cause on both counts.
و قاضی فکر میکنه که بله دلایلی وجود داشته که شما رو به این تکلفات بگیرن.
So, the one question I have is, do you have a place to live?
شما جایی دارین که اگر از اینجا برین بتونین زندگی کنین؟
نه بهترین جا برای من همینجاست.
No, the best place for me is to stay in jail.
Okay, so how about we do this? I don't know that it is the best place for anybody to be, quite frankly, at this particular time, if at all possible, because of the nature of the public health problem. Counsel, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a transportation order at this time.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, and I do have again some background indicating that he was recently discharged from a local hospital, and if they don't retain him, we'll have to come back and work on something else. Thank you very much. I'm going to issue that order now. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
So, if I may, if you would just transfer, I just want to advise my client, Mr. Yarazola.
Yes.
You're being transferred to Judge Lerner Wren's division.
آقای یاریزولا شما رو منتقل میکنن از اون از اون دادگاه و قاضی که داشتین قاضی جدید که جاج رن هستش. اوکی؟
من منتظر قاضی یا کسی دیگه نیستم. اگه خودشون هر کاری دوست دارن انجام بدن. من برای من مهم نیست با قاضی صحبت کنم نکنم اصلا برای مهم نیست.
What is he saying, madam?
Does not make any difference for me who is the judge. It is important for me to stay and stay here, and the judge can make the decision on what is best for me.
Thank you so much.
That's it.
Thank you, I appreciate that, sir, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's the evidence folder. Tell me something. I know. No, we had. That was funny.
And I am going to ask that he be transferred to the mental health division, understanding that we're not going to be having a future date till whatever that clerk's office, date is in like 60 days. So, but the transfer, so, and it doesn't, I mean, either, any division's going to be the same date. So that's the way it's just, correct. Give me 1 second, please.
Fred, yep. No, Fred was representing.
To the order and bring it back to my office. Going back to Maine, is it Ray Schneider Janvier? This goes to you, doesn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Okay. So I think you've been listening. I hope that you have, and that this is a very limited proceeding. I don't want you saying anything. All I'm doing is making a probable cause finding and talking about bond. Correct?
Yes.
Thank you. So, sir, you have been arrested on 1 count of trespass at a construction site. I did find probable cause. There is a bond, and the bond is currently denoted at $500. Are you able to make bonds?
Oh, yeah.
You are?
Yeah, but not right now. I have to make a phone call.
Okay, but you feel confident?
Yeah.
Did you want to say something?
We're moving for release on recognizance in this charge. Release on
Defense is moving
recognizance.
for ROR. Any objection from the state?
Just ask for an order of no return to the construction site.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, upon motion by defense, to release you on your own recognizance, correct?
Okay.
But it's gonna be your responsibility because, I'm sure that you're aware, but the court system is currently under emergency conditions, correct? that our normal operations have been suspended. So I want you to follow your case very carefully. So it's going to be set in the future, on a future date, probably in an estimated 60 days. But will you make sure you follow it on the clerk's site or call the public defender's office?
Okay.
Excellent. And no return. Thank you.
And Judge, this is straight release, it's not pretrial, is that correct? Thank you.
Isaiah King.
Judge, we have an objection to probable cause on count one. May I approach the bench?
Yes. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. And sir, first of all, you have been arrested on one count of burglary of an unoccupied structure unarmed, and one count of committing a second-degree felony with a weapon. There is an argument to be made, and counsel whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. Just arguing that the state of emergency aggravator in this case is inapplicable. The law, I've highlighted the section that I'm referring to, requires that the state of emergency has to somehow facilitate the crime. Conditions arising from the emergency means there's civil unrest, power outages, curfews, evacuations, that sort of thing. There's nothing present there that made this crime easier this alleged crime easier to have been committed. And so that aggravator is inappropriate. I would ask the court to find probable cause for simple burglary.
Well, what is it now?
And Your Honor, I've already, we've had a case similar to this. I advised Mr. Miller then that I agree with him. I'm not seeking the enhancement for state of emergency.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't see an enhancement. I don't know how could tell if whether it would
If you look, Your Honor, just for future reference, if you look at the charges.
SCEMR?
It says SOE, state of emergency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, just for the record, if you feel more comfortable, I can put no probable cause as to state of emergency. Would you feel more comfortable?
Well, yeah.
Okay, good. Then I'll do it. But I am finding probable cause both on the burglary of an unoccupied structure.
I was just walking.
I'm sorry? Is he
I
talking?
was on my bike.
Okay, please
Mr.
don't
King.
comment, sir. Please don't comment. Anything you say could be used against you.
Giving you charges that you ain't done.
Sir, this is just a probable cause hearing, sir.
And Judge, since the court found probable cause for a third-degree felony, the count 2 is also overcharged.
I am finding probable cause.
Not check no PC for the state of emergency, just cross it out. That's all you have to do. And actually write on the top, just cross out.
Oh, you just want me to delineate that? Okay, delete. Okay, I apologize. But I already did a check. Just cross it out?
Yes,
Just check it out?
and then write your initial on the side.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay. Did you want to comment as to defense's comment?
Yeah, I mean, technically, frankly, the offense I saw a PC for is possession of a weapon by convicted felon, which is, I believe, a second-degree felony, Your Honor, so. And I was going to address the bond, and I wasn't going to be asking for a $7,500 bond, regardless.
Raise the knife in my bike pocket.
Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and find probable cause on count 2. It could get charged anyway at once. But can you give me a criminal history, please, if you don't mind?
Yes, Judge. 2018, burglary of a structure, he was qualified as a habitual offender. 2017, theft. 2016, theft. 2012, possession of cocaine. 2011, strong arm robbery, possession of cocaine. Just under 65 months in state prison as a habitual offender. 2010, theft. 2000, well, Your Honor, he had multiple other drug priors, mostly possession of cocaine. The priors I advise the court over is most recent and relevant. Your Honor, as far as the recommendation, given the totality of the circumstances, I would be requesting a $5,000 bond on count 1 and a $1,000 bond on count 2, considering the weapon was a knife and not a firearm.
And does he have a place to live? Or
My
you?
sister.
He does.
Okay, my sister.
Your Honor, if I may, I did speak to Mr. King earlier this morning. He's 54 years old. He's been living in Borough County his entire life. He lives with his sister. She's actually on disability and only lives off a disability check, so she's not able to assist with any kind of bail money. So
Wait, I'm just curious if you were able to confirm, and but does he reside with her?
he resides with her
And what city is that?
in Pompano Beach.
And is he able to go under a level 1 dynamic if I order it? Okay. Under, given the totality of these circumstances, state, I'm going to order him under house arrest, essentially.
Understood.
Under a level 1, electronic monitoring. Counsels could explain that to him if he's unfamiliar with that status. And absolutely, of course, no weapons, no firearms in the home, no alcohol, no intoxicants, random screenings, no violations of the level 1 restrictions. And do you understand that, sir, what I'm ordering?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. So that's what I'm ordering. Thank you. And the Office of Pretrial Release will be seeing you.
Your Honor, the only other thing I request is an order, and it shouldn't be a problem if he's on level 1, no return to this business.
Oh, of course, and no return to that location. Thank you. Good luck. That's correct. That in the alternative based on these conditions. Again, based on these conditions, correct? Based on the coronavirus epidemic. It's good to see you, by the way. I know. There we go. I have Pierre Tishon Bazil. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing? How do you pronounce your last name?
Buzil.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I know that you've been paying attention, and you know what kind of proceeding this is. It's a very limited proceeding. I'm simply making probable cause determinations and bond, and this is part of the other co-defendant types of cases, and I do find probable cause. And if there's no objection, I don't know, State, if there would be, I would treat him the same as the other defendants.
I'm fine with that.
I would go ahead and issue an ROR, again, being under very significant public health considerations, and no return to that location, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you heard me tell the other people in the courtroom today, it's your responsibility to follow the progress of this case, correct?
Right.
Because the
Right.
court operations are now, suspended, and we
All right.
anticipate cases being set an estimated 60 days out. Okay?
All right, no problem.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Darian Hunt, Sam Becleek.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good, sir. Thank you very much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good. And first of all, you have been arrested on one count of trespass at a construction site, and of course, I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit, and I do find probable cause. Your dynamic a little bit different than the others because that, in fact, did then trigger a violation of probation matter. And so that is going to be heard on March 18th, which is essentially, what is that, tomorrow?
If it happens.
It's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow at, I think that's 8:30. And
Okay.
there's also, let's see, give me 1 second.
Do we know, Your Honor?
What?
Has there been an update? Like, I guess because the clerk's office put that date down. Are they handling VOP hearings?
I don't know. I could be,
The only reason I'm asking is just.
I'm just reading what,
Yeah,
I'm just
no, of
trying to
course.
read the
And I'm
document.
just asking for Mr. Van Cleek's benefit.
But could I just get some clarification, if you don't mind? I see the violation of probation, but then I also see account 3, I see
You
4,
should have a
5.
You should have a second probable cause affidavit, Judge.
Ah. Give me 1 second. I do.
All right.
Always got
Do
to
I?
look on the booking sheet for different offense reports.
Yes.
If there's different offense reports.
Yes, I do. It's behind a number of pages.
It was post, once it was brought up.
It's understood. Understood. So give me 1 second, please.
All right.
And just for the record, sir, additional charges include possession with intent to sell, manufacture, delivery of MDMA, also known as ecstasy, and also possession with intent to sell, manufacture, deliver cocaine. Also the introduction, 1 count for introduction of contraband into a detention facility. Let the record reflect, I did review the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause on all counts. And those do have bonds assigned to them of $2,500 on count 3, $2,500 on count 4, $1,000 as to count 5. But again, I think that violation of probation matter, is right now probably paramount.
What does that mean?
That's a no bond at this juncture.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good
That's
luck.
it?
That's
All right,
it.
thank you.
So I think that's the docket.
Now we have the second looks, and there's one motion for release, Judge. On the
A motion for what?
We have a few second looks on the felony docket with one motion for release.
Sure.
And then we have 1 case left for a misdemeanor second look.
Right, but is that all contained on this docket?
No, those are all your felonies, and then there's a second docket.
Oh,
with
I
the
don't think I'm
misdemeanors.
doing those.
Yes, they're part of the docket.
I understood there, I got an email from Judge Tudor that a felony judge was coming. Is that for VOPs?
No, I never got any.
You didn't get an email?
No, I got left out of that one.
Well, I got an email having to do, well, let me just.
See, my understanding was.
At 3:30, he wanted me done by 3:30.
Yeah, because that's why they're gonna handle emergency motions.
Oh, I misunderstood. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
One to me.
So is that Dunze Bannister? Is that the second look?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may, you may want to start with the misdemeanor. There's just one case left, Michael Kelly. And that way you're done with the misdemeanor docket at that point.
Sure. I don't know if he's in
Judge?
the courtroom.
Just to make it easy for you,
Yeah, he's.
Mr. Kelly has declined the court's invitation to appear this morning, or this afternoon, and the detention deputy says you might know who Mr. Kelly is.
Well, Your Honor, we transferred him,
Oh, you know, the name doesn't ring a bell.
Your Honor, we transferred him to your division. He has a history of being a mental health
Do you,
court.
do you have a probable cause affidavit?
Yeah, I can print one out.
I could look at.
Just while I'm doing that, he's been before Judge Porth most recently, but
Ah,
when we
in
advised
the, in FC?
FZ, yes.
Okay,
and when
great.
we advised Judge Cawthon, that's when
I'll-
she transferred him to.
Great,
You want me to print out a copy of the PC?
I'd like that.
Okay.
I'll go ahead
Judge,
and
just
do.
for the court's edification, all of the remaining cases before the court today, probable cause has already been determined. We are here
Correct.
for a second look to see if
Correct.
we can address the bonds.
That's what I understand. Thank you.
Anyway, Mr. Kelly didn't come to court.
No worries, I'm gonna issue a transportation order. Let's get him out, get him out. Please.
Very funny.
And what year was, oh, how recent was he with Judge Porth?
He got off probation last year. Memory serves, I think it was in 2017. Just check, Judge. Your Honor, it was a possession of PvP, so there might be more than one issue going on.
I understand.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know what the charge was.
But is there, you don't have a printout I can look at of the criminal history or any issues of?
Oh, I can let you know anything you want to know about that. Whatever you want, I can provide to you.
Yeah, but I don't want to, you know, I'd like to see,
Would you like to see the register of actions, the history of that case that went through Judge Porth?
what case was my case?
I don't know that you had a case. I could check. I know
And maybe that would be helpful.
that he's been before Judge Porth, and I know that
But
came
Judge
up.
Porth has two
No,
divisions.
it was mental health. It was mental
Are you
health.
sure?
Yes. It was, one moment, Judge. Yes, Your Honor, because I'm looking at the way his probation was ultimately resolved, and continue co-occurring PSR at Henderson with life skills, tape prescriptions.
That's fine. Let's do it. An abundance of caution, let's do it. For the record, I went ahead, I issued an emergency transportation order. We'll transfer him to the mental health division. I do find probable cause, but we'll go ahead and transfer him. Oh, this is a second look docket, right? Oh, it's, how long, when did this arrest take place? The 12th? Yeah, got it, the 12th. 11th, okay.
This pass is the only thing holding him at the moment.
Yeah, understood. Alrighty, so we will move on to the next docket. Donze Bannister? I don't see any people.
I'll check to see which facility he's
I
at.
see one person, but I can't.
Yeah, Mr. Bannister might be at a different facility. I'll check.
Whoever's here, can you step forward?
Judge, he is at Paul Ryan facility.
Oh, there's only
And-
one person. Hello,
That's Mr. Rodriguez,
Hello, Your Honor.
Judge.
you're Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Mr. Rodriguez. Good afternoon.
Hello, Your Honor.
How you doing?
Could be better.
Absolutely. Understood. So if somebody could lead us off, I'd
If
appreciate
I
it.
may, Your Honor, this is, Mr. Rodriguez is here for a second look on an attempted burglary of a conveyance. A $1,500 bond was set over the weekend. I see no Broward history given the circumstances.
Do you see any history? When you
I'd
say,
have to run a deeper check, Your Honor. While I'm looking, I was going to recommend that I don't have an objection to pretrial between a $1,500 bond and that at this point in time. But
all
I can
right,
check.
could I just ask you a question?
You can ask me anything you like.
Sure. Do you know whether or not he was interviewed by pretrial? Could you interview him? And do you have a place to live, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a place to live that's verifiable?
Yes, it's my own apartment, ma'am.
And what city is that?
Pompano Beach.
Could I suggest a level 2?
Your Honor, the only thing I would ask, my understanding is the
I couldn't hear you. They're running low. What is this, like masks?
That's what they were telling me.
Because we're using them.
I'm just relaying what I heard. So
That's it, Judge.
There's a resource issue.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a resource issue.
they're asking
Are
me-
are they getting what? Have you talked to Mr. Sharp about that? I hear you. I'm processing. Can you I guess the only thing I was thinking, do you work?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you do?
Do construction and demo of apartments, condos.
You went to school here?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, in Miami.
Oh, how far did you go?
I graduated high school and then I did trade school.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Huh.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
hypothetically, what the court could do if you like.
Let me think.
Okay.
Do you have is there any bond you can make? I mean, you're working, right?
Yeah, but I can't access anything from here.
Anybody you can call?
I mean, I could call my boss, but I'm trying to get a hold of him, but I really don't have his number, so it's very difficult to
You
do
don't
it from
have
here.
any family or close friends or extended family?
My he actually had a big accident on the construction site, which he actually worked with me, so he's not working right now. And my mother is really tight with my little brother graduating high school and stuff like that, so she's very tight, so I don't think so.
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
The only prior I see is
How about we just do again, under emergency circumstances, I would do just pretrial release just, reporting? Not, I mean, reporting. I don't mean this.
I understand you're saying physically coming in.
Okay, no, I'm just saying. I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance under the supervision of Broward Sheriff's Office pretrial release office, correct? You would need to comply with all their conditions, and he has to report to your, is your office open?
We are open as of right now. We don't know what's.
We don't know, it's pretty fluid, right? You
Right.
understand what that means, things are changing, all the
Yes, of course.
time. But I would certainly say that if you could use your best effort, then I'm gonna, to report to pretrial release office tomorrow before closing.
How often do you want him to report in person?
What's typical? Once a month, twice a month for this?
Something like this, different judges, in addition to calling him, may ask him to come in once a week, once every other week.
Once every other. Once every other. I think would be sound. And what other recommendations do you have for people if in the event the office is not
Then
open?
they will give them directions, Your Honor, once he reports in. The protocol, I can't tell you what it is because we've heard a few different things so far.
Right.
But for right now, when they get out, they're expected to report. So
Assuming it's
the goal
open,
is
I was
tomorrow
saying it
morning.
in the event that it would be, just wait, it'll be open
Yes.
shortly.
Right, that's what we are told.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, please report tomorrow, to their office, pretrial release office, prior to closing, if under some set of circumstances, it's closed, just please follow the media, call, and, just keep tracking the first day of opening, correct?
And they will give him a sheet of paper, Your Honor, with our information
Oh,
on it. He can always
great.
give us a call.
You're gonna get the number
Right, I'm sure.
upon
we'll
your
have
release, okay?
updated
Okay,
information.
sounds good. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then where was everybody else? I'm sorry.
Paul Ryan is where Mr. Bannister is.
Thank you. Shifting, oh, that's, oh, we're off? That's Conti.
No, yeah, we offer is
No,
Paul
it's-
Ryan's is down.
That line is down. We're on. But that person's, I just can't get to Paul Ryan. Hello? Yeah,
I'm calling it.
this is Conti. Thank you. Anybody at North Broward?
How you doing, ma'am?
Good. Give me 1 second if you don't mind. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Judge, I believe this is Michael Jackson.
Let me,
Thank you. And just give me 2 seconds.
All right, ma'am.
There you go.
apologies. Who's this, Your Honor?
Mr. Jackson?
Mr. Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
Hang on a minute.
Bless you.
Yeah, Your Honor, from what I could tell, Mr. Jackson is in custody on total bond. Is it 2,500?
Oh, I just lost it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I guess the cocaine was ROR'd, and the petty theft bonding was increased to $2,500. That happened over the weekend. If I had to guess, I would say my guess would be it's based on his history.
No, because I had said something.
Okay, Mr.
I had
Don't
said,
say something here.
Yeah.
okay,
Stand
You don't
fast,
need
Mr.
to
Jackson.
say
We're
a
gonna try to-
word. Please don't, as a matter of fact.
Let me put it
All
this
right
way,
now.
Your Honor. Obviously, I wasn't here. I
Okay,
don't know
how
what-
about I release, is that, what's holding him all, this
the
case?
theft, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and release you under the supervision of pretrial release. You do have to report to pretrial release. No alcohol, no intoxicants, random screening at your expense. No new criminal offenses, no return to that location. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
That mean that I gotta have an address?
do you have an address?
No, ma'am, I'm homeless.
Oh, you're homeless.
Yes, yes, ma'am. But tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna get released. I was going with a Faith Farm or Power Line in 15, and they'll accept anybody anytime. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And you cannot leave out that facility at all.
Yeah, that's not gonna work for me.
Faith Farm doesn't work for you, Judge?
No. It's not gonna work for me.
I was actually gonna suggest it.
I don't,
I've been there before.
yeah, I'd have to talk to probation. You know, I love Faith Farm, don't misunderstand me, but I'm getting feedback that they don't let them leave. And if they can't report to probation, to pretrial, then I can't, then there's no way to effectively monitor.
No, ma'am. They'll transport me to wherever I got to go. Anywhere I got to go important, they would transport me in a van.
So they would
Anywhere.
support your, any legal things that you have to deal with.
Yes,
They're gonna make sure
yes.
you do those things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Well,
you
I
know this from
can't
experience.
compel access to the Faith Farm. I can't order him into the Faith Farm. Obviously, we can't order anybody really into anything.
That's what I'm going at.
And I just systemically, I kind of have my doubts about bed availability and all that good stuff under these conditions. So I don't know, I really don't know what to say. And he's on the phone, so.
Okay, so just stand by.
How long have you been without a home?
Since 9 months, no, because my fiance, she just had a brain hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage.
And
A hemorrhage.
yeah, yes, ma'am.
And I'm
and
so
she can't
sorry.
talk. Yes, ma'am. And we've been homeless, and I've been trying to like watch over her, and
Where is
things
she?
like that. She is at the shelter right now, Salvation Army. Right now, she's at Salvation Army right now, and that's the main reason why I want to go to Faith Farm, so I can have me a residence, and she can have a residence too, and we can get back on track because that street thing, it was just I had just got caught up out there.
Don't talk. I don't know. I'm trying to think about this.
Oh, hey, it's Eric.
Mr. Jackson, have you ever
work-
been to Faith Farm
do you
before?
work with
Yes, sir.
He
Yes, sir.
says yes.
Yes or no?
We do.
Because I'm part of the homeless continuum myself. But my issue is, I think, I think if I was gonna say anything, but I'm not the circuit judge, but I think that, I could ask for a locus to be done, and, he can, I think he'd be much better off if he can gain access to like a banyan, or, we can do that anyway, but I'm not gonna be his judge. But, again, I feel that as long as he reports, if he can access the Faith Farm, he could access the Faith Farm. But, but you still have to report.
Yes, ma'am. I can do that.
No,
can do that,
think
ma'am.
that's, I think that's the critical thing, that if I release you, you have got to report to the
They'll take
Office of
me there.
Pretrial Release, and no new criminal offenses,
They'll take me
no
there immediately.
alcohol, no intoxicants, correct? I'm not ordering
ma'am.
you into the Faith Farm because I don't
Right,
have any
right, right.
legal jurisdiction to do that. I haven't
Right.
spoken to the Faith Farm. I haven't spoken to the Faith Farm in a really long time. Yeah. You have them on the phone? Do they have a bed? Oh, okay, great. That would be good.
And if we
No, not if he gets in. I don't need it, if he's there, monthly. Because you're gonna be able to check. You're gonna have an order that if he did gain access and he eloped, not that he would ever do that, but if he did, you would be the first to find out, correct? Right? That's how that works. He'd have to get there himself,
I get that.
because
I know exactly what
we
you're
don't have transportation.
saying.
We have a
Ma'am,
bus,
I
we have
get
a
that.
bus pass. The release desk
That's all I
would,
need. That's all I
okay,
need,
so
ma'am.
let's review. Can we review?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what I'm ordering and what it is you're going to adhere to.
Me?
Yeah, you. What are we doing today? If you get in?
If I get in,
Yeah,
tomorrow morning, I would have to report to pre-trial release, right?
yes,
Okay, and, do all the paperwork, whatever, and,
Yes.
no drinking, no drugging, no, none of that right there.
right. What
Yes.
else?
Yeah.
No new criminal offenses.
No new criminal offenses.
Isn't
ma'am.
that like the big thing?
Yes, most definitely. I can't go nowhere anyway.
Oh, good.
So, right, yes, I won't be able to go outside anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
So I did speak with Faith Farm, Your Honor,
Sure.
and they do have a bed available.
Okay,
They don't do intakes like that. They actually have to speak with him.
Sure.
So he's not guaranteed acceptance, but they do have a bed available.
okay. Well, he's going to go there tomorrow, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
After
Yes,
you
ma'am.
go to pretrial release first, Faith Farm second, and go there. And even if they don't have one immediately, maybe they could go ahead and get you on a wait list, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Next available, first available bed.
Yes.
And for the court's edification of whatever legal issues he has to address, they'll make sure that he gets to court when he has to get there.
Great.
Now-
Thanks for that was great case management. That was good. You're hired.
All right.
You're hired. You're hired in mental health.
Ma'am, another thing I could do too, I can go to
You just had incredible teamwork. I hope you appreciate that.
Yes, I do, ma'am.
All right, good. All right, fantastic. You're all set.
So
Just follow
what
your
now?
plan. Follow the plan. What you articulated was perfect.
All right, so
You're going to be
Um,
released from jail, correct?
okay.
When you're released, come morning, you're going to go to pretrial first.
Okay.
You're going to sign up, just like you said.
Okay.
Then you're going to go over to the Faith Farm.
Hmm?
You're going to meet with their intake people.
Yes, ma'am.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully
Yes.
there's a bed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then everything should be good.
All right. Is they gonna give me an address where I got to go at in the morning?
Yes, the release desk will give you that information.
All right. Thank you so much.
And ask them for a bus pass.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
All
That's
right.
it.
Thank you, sir. Too, sir. All
Thank
right.
you.
All right.
Is that it? Okay.
What, one moment, Judge.
You know, I still can't get to Paul Ryan.
No, I know, I was gonna address that in a moment, but is there anyone at Conti first?
Nobody's at Conti.
I think Alfonso Rogers?
Hello? Anybody at Conti? Hi.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. How you doing over there?
Fine, ma'am. I have one gentleman for you.
Oh, fantastic. Hello, sir. How are you?
All right.
Judge, this is Alfonso Rogers.
Excellent. So, I'm listening, Steve.
He's been in custody since the 13th, since last Friday, on 2 drug charges. His bond's $2,000. He's advising me he cannot afford that bond, and there is no one who will bond him out at this
Understood.
time. If he is released, he intends to reside with his sister. He is a lifetime resident of South Florida.
Fantastic. How old are you?
43.
And you have a place to live? That's what I'm hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a real place to live? I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
somewhere where you were residing?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So, what I would do is basically, I would offer him a release under the supervision of pretrial release. I would please ask for a substance use screening and evaluation as swiftly and as reasonably as possible under these conditions. I have no idea what that would be. But we could certainly try, for within the first 48 hours to at least make an appointment. And what city is that you would be living in?
Fort Lauderdale.
That Bark would be fine.
Your Honor, I was just going to ask, and I don't know if you wanted to just be part of the evaluation, or if you want to order, at this point in time, random testing as part of pre-trial.
No, I'm not done.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not done.
I wasn't sure.
I'm
All
just trying to figure out locales.
Gotcha. Understood.
Okay, so you'll be screened and assessed over at Bark, right, in Fort Lauderdale? Have you been there before?
No, ma'am.
For any substance use drug treatment, correct?
No, I haven't been there before.
Oh, okay, excellent. Well, this will be good. Healthcare. We're talking health, right? Yes, yeah. No alcohol, no intoxicants, no new criminal offenses, and you'll need to report to pretrial release, and I'm going to order random and frequent drug screening.
When will I be released? When will I have to report?
Upon your release, tomorrow, before
Tomorrow?
closing. Yeah.
So I will be released tomorrow?
Well, you'll be released as soon as they release you.
Okay, but I have to report there tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You seem hesitant. What's that about? You don't want to go out, you don't like the plan? It's the only plan I have. I don't have another plan, other than you bond out.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? If you can
Yeah.
post the bond, post the bond. Is there a bond you can post?
No.
Okay, do you like this plan then?
I guess. I mean.
Well, you want to get out of jail.
Right. But I'm saying, man, actually, do I get released today or do I get released
Yeah,
tomorrow?
sure. Well, I don't control the release process.
Okay.
Usually takes a little bit of time, but you're going to get out as soon as they release you,
Okay.
right? Usually
Alright.
takes an estimated 8 hours, to be frank.
All right.
Do you want me to coordinate your release? Would you prefer I coordinate your release like a concierge, like I can do like 9 a.m. tomorrow morning? I'll do that.
No.
Would that, is
No.
that, you don't want that, okay.
No.
I could do that. No, I do coordinated releases all the time, because I don't want a lot of my people getting released in the middle of the night.
Mr. Rogers, this is where you say thank you,
I'll
Judge.
be released tonight.
Okay, as long as he's comfortable, I don't want to order anything he's not comfortable with. But, I think that I think there's consensus that you're a candidate for release under pretrial. There's consensus that we have concerns, about the health risks, correct? With the coronavirus. You've heard about that, right?
Right.
You've been following that in the news, right?
Yeah, I've seen it in the news.
And, I think it's really important that we kind of look at everything together and really kind of try to promote health where we can, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So are you good with that? Your health?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
So,
So you'll be released and you'll report to pretrial release tomorrow, before they close. If for any reason, because everything's very fluid, right? Because of this problem, make sure you get to them as soon as they do open. You're going to get their telephone number and you can keep checking in, okay?
Okay, I got one question. Will I have to have a monitor on or something like that?
Did I order a monitor?
No.
Do
Okay.
you want
I
a
just
monitor?
asked- No, ma'am.
I don't think they have any more monitors, but
Keep talking.
okay.
Keep walking.
Oh, they got one, but I'm holding that. Right.
So, Your Honor, the last two defendants are both in Paul Ryan. Unfortunately, it appears there are
Could we
videos.
put them on the morning docket?
Well, Your Honor, I think, well, one is they might be pretty simple to both
Oh,
deal with.
sure.
So.
I'm gonna
Mr.
call
Miller doesn't
over
have an
now.
Objection, but I was thinking, it might be easier to have the judge.
Yes,
If Your Honor
of
doesn't mind,
course.
call them from the bench and put them on speaker, that way they can hear.
Sure, there's, sure.
Approach, Your Honor.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have the number there? Is it Paul Ryan? Yeah.
Oh, I don't even have to do that.
It's two. Yeah, you just have to.
All right, Mrs. Chair, still.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Judge Lerner Wren calling. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How you doing?
Oh, really good. And we are in the afternoon of first appearance court,
Yes,
magistrate court, whatever. And anyway, to make a long story short, we're having some technical difficulty with the video into Conti, and I was wondering if we could talk to our people via telephone?
Yes. There's another phone that. Oh, now it's connected now.
It's connected?
Yes.
At Paul Ryan?
Paul Ryan.
Oh, it is. Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it resolved. Isn't that great? Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care. Be well. Hello. What's your name? Come on up. Say hello to me.
Okay, you gotta press the button to turn on the mic. There's a button there.
I got it.
Okay.
Hello. Could I have
Hi.
your name? Hi.
Luana Williams.
There you go. State
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Williams. Just
Yes,
listen.
this is a second look
Okay.
on a grand theft auto, Your Honor, I believe. Yeah, unless I'm wrong, her bond is $1,000?
It is $1,000, Judge. She's been in custody since last Friday.
I got it.
She's advised me she's been living in South Florida since she was 17 years old.
Wow.
She's been at her same address where she lives now for the past 5 years. She works in customer service, and she supports 2 children. One is 15, one is 3.5. They are currently with her mother.
Okie dokie.
So she does have a place to stay when she gets
Fantastic.
out.
So I'm going to release you under the supervision of pretrial release. The conditions are very simple.
Okay.
Very simple.
Yes,
When
ma'am.
you are released, you're
Yes.
going to check in with the Office of Pretrial Release, and you're going to get all
Okay.
that information upon your release, correct?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And any priors, did you say?
Your Honor, she does have a history. I checked, it's primarily all drug related. I didn't
Yeah.
see anything violent.
Okay. No. Okay. So I'm just going to order no alcohol, no intoxicants. What city are you in?
Right now,
Yeah, that you live in.
Pompano. I live in Margate.
Oh, you in Margate or
Yeah.
Pompano?
Pompano's
live in
in the
Margate.
jail,
I
Judge.
think she meant, when you said, where are you, she said Pompano, like this moment she is in Pompano.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. Okay, fine. I would like to have her screened and assessed for substance use treatment. I'd really like her at Banyan, though. I really would. Have you ever been at Banyan?
No.
I'd really prefer Banyan for her. So that's what I'm asking for.
Outpatient,
What's
Judge?
that?
Oh, a behavioral health treatment center, alcohol, substance, any mental health, if there's any mental health. But it's I think it would be a better fit.
Okay.
outpatient.
Am I still?
That means
Yeah.
you get to go to work, go to school,
Outpatient.
whatever, but you still have to do
Okay.
treatment.
So am I leaving from here to go there?
You can, no,
You have to register with them
you
after you get
got to
out.
make an appointment.
I got to make an appointment.
Unless you want to
Banyan.
go, Banyan.
Okay. Am I still getting released from here?
Yeah. Do you
And
have
then I have
somebody
to-
to pick you up?
Yes, and then I have to go to Banyan from.
We'll call them first.
Yes. Okay.
Let me
I'm just-
help. Okay, let me help you. Let me help you with
Okay.
sequence. Let's talk about
Okay.
sequence because it's overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed.
Yes.
Just okay. The first order of business is you're going to go through the release process, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Then the first stop is going to be the Office of Pretrial Release.
Got you.
Perfect. you're gonna go through their intake process. They're gonna explain to you everything that you
Okay.
are required to do, correct?
Okay. Yes,
And they
ma'am.
will also give you information for Banyan.
Yes.
And
Thank
that's
you.
and that's gonna be, you call up, you say, hey,
Yes.
I need an appointment, you go.
Okay.
They'll give you a really good, comprehensive behavioral health assessment, and we're talking healthcare, and I think it's really great. So that's what's gonna be.
Okay.
And
Thank
just
you.
no alcohol, no intoxicants with random screens. You're
Okay,
welcome.
so I'm getting out tonight?
You'll get out, it's gonna take a while, usually it's like, it could take as long as 8 hours or so.
Okay.
So be patient, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome,
It was worth
take
the wait.
care. Be well. And, sir, did you wanna come up?
Judge, this is Donze Bannister. He is here
Yes.
today on a 30-day motion.
Oh, okay. State,
Your Honor, information has been filed.
the
So,
information has been filed, I understand, so that motion is denied, but we're not done,
Well, Your
or
Honor.
maybe we are done.
He's, the charge is a burglary of a dwelling, which under administrative order is it wouldn't have even come through for a second look because of the nature of the charge.
So in other words, this came up on the motion, it didn't come through the second look
No, yeah,
pathway?
the public defender was
I see,
representing Mr.
I see, I
Bannister and they filed a
apologize, I
motion.
didn't realize that. Did you want to talk to him?
no, Judge, that's the only thing I would tell him is that the motion was denied.
Thank you. Sir, the motion was denied.
What motion, ma'am?
There was a motion for your release based on the timelines and whether or not they were met by the state attorney's office to file the information. Since that motion was filed, the information has been subsequently filed, so that motion is denied. So you'll get together with your attorney and, move forward as you go. All right? Thank you very much and good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Judge, before we close the docket, Mr. Linder and I discussed a client of mine, Michael Smith. He had a 30-day motion yesterday that was not heard, and Mr. Linder agreed that he should be ROR'd, and so I prepared an order and left it on your desk. I was wondering if the court would grant that motion for his release.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did I already sign that?
And just for the record, Your Honor, I reached out to the ASA assigned for case filing. We stipulate we have no objection to
Thank
the
you.
defendant being
I don't see an unsigned motion. Did I already sign it, Madam Clerk? Did anybody have my? Can you draft another one?
I can see through the ones that have been dropped off here.
Oh, okay. There's no unsigned, orders here.
I can write another one, Judge.
Yeah, of course
Not
you
hard.
It's not. Is there somebody from the jail, that could, fax this over to Rakaya? Or bring it to Rakaya? You can? Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, because, I think Joanne might have left, and she'll get it to the hospitals. Thank you.
Yeah.